going to say something and not feel at all arrogant about saying it. Because I think there's a way of saying what I'm about to say without those tones of arrogance. I am a big deal. I'm a big deal to me. I love my company. I love the energy I bring into a space. I love the way a space feels because I'm in that place. So yeah, I'm a big deal to me. I can say that without arrogance because there is a true valuation there of the worth that I place in the way that I show up. And I think there's a way for us to encourage more expressions like this without that tone of arrogance. I think for most culturally, we feel somewhat conscientious in saying, I don't want to seem like I'm arrogant when I say I'm a big deal. No, there's a way of saying, I so value me that wherever I show up, it's a big deal. I was just with an Uber rider here, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning here. He was on his way to work. He was sharing with me how he gives so much at work. He's like his boss's right-hand man. He covers the gaps. He does the extra hours. His coworkers rely heavily on his expertise to get the job done. And yet, he was telling me how he gets paid half what his coworkers get paid. In essence, his valuation does not seem to be represented in the way that he's compensated. And so I was listening in and I just gave him my perspective and I said, listen, if you're not being valued to the degree that you feel your value is, one of the most powerful things you could show the worth that you bring is by walking and letting them experience your absence and the detriment therein. He said he's asked his boss for a raise and his boss promised him a raise but never quite followed through. And I said, when you stick around even after he's promised and not followed through, you're teaching him how to treat you. In essence, you're saying to him, I can be screwed around and there aren't going to be any consequences. There need to be consequences. I told him there's relationships whereby the one partner is bringing such massive value and investment into the relationship in a way that the other is not. And sometimes the other will promise saying, I'll change, I'll do all the things, but when they don't and when they refuse to show that valuation, that person is really a big deal, then there's a lot of room for manipulation in the midst of that relationship, especially if they stick around. So I told him the fact that you're still sticking around despite not showing the consequences for following through when he didn't show you, your worth, like you're showing that you can be diminished in your worth. And so the best way to say that we're worthwhile is if it's not recognized, walk. What are your thoughts?